Hey everyone, this is Vincent from White Hair Comics, giving you guys a movie review for Spider-Man Far From Home. I wanted to kind of explain and give you my thoughts, my opinions, and definitely what I think is going to happen going on with this film. Um, I thought this film did some right things for me, and it did some things a-okay with me. It was all right. Um, Now, the big difference with this Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man, is the fact that Tony Stark has such a huge influence on Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And I think that's such an awesome move for Marvel Studios to do that, because not only do we still get to see technology from Tony Stark pass on to Peter Parker, but we also get to see those moments of this character Peter um, just see the absence of Tony Stark take a toll on Peter with this film. And I thought that was perfect to have. I really like to see that continuation from Endgame to Far From Home. And just having the explanation of the whole 5 year gap in Endgame with this film and having all of the characters, still be in that same age group like it never happened. I thought that was perfect. That was a great explanation to what was going to happen in this film. Because once that 5 year gap happened, that dusting happened, it kind of, the trailer was also released, I think, a few weeks after Endgame was released. And we're just kind of like, whoa, that doesn't make any sense. They're all the same. So, perfect story plot there. Um, this film does a lot of good things. I thought, obviously, Tom Holland does a perfect job at being casted as Spider-Man. Marvel Studios has a really good thing about casting really good actors for these heroes because they just fit the mold. They play them very well. They're so believable. We start rooting for them as well at the end of the film, or towards the end of the film, or maybe during the whole movie, and it's just really awesome. And again, it's Spider-Man. Come on, everybody loves Spider-Man, so you really can't go wrong with this type of film, especially from Marvel Studios. So again, Tom Holland does justice for Peter Parker. It's so believable, and the cool thing about this Spider-Man version is the fact that we get to see him in high school. Done before, very briefly though, with the past Spider-Man films, where you're like, yeah, he's in high school, and then they move on, he graduates, he's moving on with life. With this film, he's still in high school, he's still young, he's still trying to figure everything out that happens to him. I think that's just perfect. Um, the villain Mysterio was okay with me. It was all right. We were teased so much with the trailers. You know what I mean? Like we were teased thinking, okay, this is gonna open up a whole new universe of heroes and villains to us with this film. Like we're gonna get the whole 9 yards with the next future MCU films. No. To spoil that one, I'm sorry, not me to spoil it, but no. And that was kind of the thing that kind of let me down, because I think we're all believing that, okay, Mysterio, he's not the villain here, he's the good guy. And yes, it was believable, and it was a really good performance from Jake Gyllenhaal. He was absolutely great as Mysterio. He was really good, and I actually like him as Mysterio more than anything. And it's just that part definitely let me down. But I was kind of thinking, well, Mysterio is very known for his movie special effects type superpowers, not super, but powers, I guess you can say. How is he going to generate that? That's kind of his MO there as a villain. Well, is he going to be the good guy, or is he going to be the bad guy? And of course, I think I was telling my friend, no, I think I was saying, oh yeah, he's gonna be the good guy or something like that, and I was kind of teasing him. He's like, no, he's gonna be the villain. So yeah, I mean, it's just it was very surprising in a good way, but it was very a letdown because he was explaining that he was from Earth, I think like 126 or something like that, 109 or something like that, and it definitely gave us Marvel fans a huge theory for future MCU films which I hope Marvel goes down that path. I think that would be really awesome because then you can introduce us to the X-Men and many other different type of superheroes after that. So it's just there's so much now that Marvel can open up to, and I thought Spider-Man Far From Home was going to do that, but in a way it didn't. Instead, it just gave us another sequel that's very grounded to Earth. So that was kind of the letdown for me. Other than that, Mysterio was cool. He had a very odd hatred for Tony Stark. So that was definitely something. It wasn't really towards Spider-Man at all. It was more towards Tony Stark. So I was like, okay, that's reasonable. Okay, okay, that's okay. That can happen. But yeah, he was a good villain. He was a good villain, and I liked the technology that he had control over. Once he got the Edith glasses from Tony Stark, which was even in death, I'm the hero. That was absolutely perfect. And I thought seeing that whole transition of Peter Parker just getting a hold of Tony Stark's technology and just doing that Tony Stark thing, I thought that was brilliant and just hilarious but awesome at the same time, because come on, who doesn't want to do that? You know, just have the AC/DC music playing and start building things, you know, be a you know, inventor and just build things like Tony Stark did. That's just awesome. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So that did right for me. Again, all the cast were funny. You know, all the Peter's friends, they're all funny. Of course, they had the comedy relief and such. And of course, you get Nick Fury involved because the Avengers are no more, in a way, and the torch is being passed to Spider-Man to take over the role of Iron Man for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I think is a brilliant thing to do. Again, big connection to Tony. Please let Spider-Man take over that Tony Stark persona. Not all the way, but you know what I mean. And maybe have Captain Marvel take over that Captain America persona as well for the future of the MCU films. I think that would be absolutely great. It's a good idea. If there's a way to recast Captain Marvel, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, it was a really good film. I think I have to watch this movie again to really get into that whole teenager drama. But one thing I have to say, the whole Mary Jane and Peter Parker thing, the chemistry was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love that whole love story behind Spider-Man stories and the films. And this one did justice. We actually got to see Zendaya, who plays MJ, and Peter really connect and really fall in love with each other. I thought that was perfect and well done, which I think makes this film an even better movie. So absolutely great story plot points with that one. Absolutely on top of that. Of course, I thought what was really awesome even more was having J. Jonah Jameson from the original Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire return as J. Jonah Jameson. That was absolutely brilliant. Of course, this movie is left on a huge cliffhanger. What's going to happen now? Who are going to be the next villains? Are we going to get the Sinister Six? Are we not? Are we going to get a different villain for the next film? What is going to happen? Secret Identity is out. MJ knows as well, but they're in love, so that's cool. But the whole world knows about who Peter Parker is. And so, again, I can't wait for the next Spider-Man film. It's going to be really awesome to see what Marvel Studios can do. Now, I do want Spider-Man to be in the new Avengers, which I think is going to happen in 3 years from now. The new Avengers have Peter as the new Tony Stark with the new technology, which is cool. Do that. Have Captain Marvel be Captain America persona, that same authority. And, just have everybody else, Black Panther, Ant-Man, the Wasp, there's so many who are just still remain as the Avengers. Just have them, take over and just be themselves, but kick butt. That's all I can say. So I don't want to ramble on too much, but thanks for watching this video. Give this video a like, comment below, follow White Hair Comics for new updates on comic book art from me. I'm keeping it updated as much as I can with all social media, so thanks for watching. You guys have a good day. Thanks.